Hey guys, hello brethrens, sisters, cousins, familia. Welcome back to my channel. Bellas and fellas, chicas and chicos and churros. I decided I'm going to make a video on how to survive sixth form / college. Everyone expects because you're going into college, you're only doing 3 subjects, maybe 4, and compared to GCSEs, you do about 9, 10, 11 subjects. You must be thinking, oh, that's fine, I have a reduction in the amount of subjects I'm doing. You have a lot coming to you, honey. For year 12s, don't worry about textbooks. All your teachers keep saying, get this textbook, get this textbook, textbook. If you really want to get textbook and you learn from textbooks, like, greatly, I would suggest buying it second hand, online, on Amazon. Half of these bloody textbooks are like 30 quid, 50 quid. Bruh. Honestly, kiddos, you don't even touch the textbook once. The only time I touched my textbook was for maths, and most of the time they provide it in the classroom. Most of the time you could just take pictures of other people's ones and you can find it online. You can buy it second hand, but literally do not buy a fresh one because it will be a waste of your money. I have not touched my economics one, especially. I have not touched that at all. My psychology one, I forgot what that even is, because most of the time you can make up your own questions. Your teachers give you questions. You have past papers.
Was this for work or me?
That I honestly suggest things alone. So make sure when you write your first bits of notes, when you first start, make sure you have it in a set place and you don't lose it. Do not lose that information, because when you're at the end of year 13, that's when that information becomes really important, and you forget all of that because that's the easy stuff and you focus on the complex stuff, but you forget the easy stuff. So you need to have that in a set place, and I would say have your organization on point when you start, because then it's easier for yourself and easier for revision. And that for year 12, I wouldn't say fully hardcore revise like every single day, but I would say after your lesson, read over your notes and make sure it's fresh in your mind before you put it away, and make sure you have the neat, most up-to-date version that you're going to keep referring to down, because once you have 5 topics that you've already covered, and you're not going to have time to be going back all that way. Like I tried at the end of economics, when I was halfway through year 13, basically I tried to write all the notes I had for each topic. I didn't make it that fast, so I would really suggest writing your notes along the way, keeping it safe, and making sure you're kind of reading over it, not hardcore, but like revising it as you go. Even if you just do a skim read and maybe highlight keywords and things, make flashcards along the way, because at the end, don't forget you have 3 subjects, sometimes even 4, to be worrying about. Some of them have coursework, so you'll be mostly focusing on coursework. Make sure you have your priorities in the right place, and your priorities are in your A-levels, because that's what's going to get you into university / apprenticeship. So to add additionally, don't expect to be spoon-fed unless you're in 6th form. But even then, don't expect to be spoon-fed. Some teachers will be nice and give you some of the extra materials and stuff, and extracts and things you need to read for your homework and things. Honey bun. At this stage, you've been spoon-fed from secondary. If you want to go to university or apprenticeship, really this is the time where you need to be learning to be independent. Even though you may have some help along the way with your teachers because they care about you, you need to be independent. You need to find your own resources, because when you find your own one, if you just use your teacher's one, you're more likely to get a C. If you find your own one that is more unique, you're more likely to get A star, the high grades. So yeah, don't expect to be spoon-fed. Find your own information. do things in your own time, have your own set schedule. Everything relies on you. Your teacher's not going to tell you to do the homework. They might remind you, but they're not going to tell you. It's your initiative, it's your time, it's your energy that you need to put into the subject. If you want to go from B to A star, you need to make sure that you have extra content, extra qualities that you can write in your essays to make sure that you get a higher grade. So in psychology, if you're given a case study, make sure you have another case study that can back up that case study. Make sure you just have lots of things to back up your evidence, and then that will make your point and your essays and stuff as strong as possible so you can get the highest grade. Also, those extra sheets, things like psychology, it can be 5 pages long. Make sure you cut it out. Keep the name and the study that person did maybe in a line, the key dates, maybe some people that are involved. That's it. Don't be trying to remember the whole paragraph. Just abbreviate, put it in simple form, because you'll have your essay to be able to write it more complex, if that makes sense. Also, you're going to have a lot of subjects and things to remember, so it's only easy for you to write down the simple terminology and things that you want to remember. Some details, if you want to get the top grades, remember the detail, not too much of it. Don't bombard your brain, because that's what makes you forget. But yeah, if you want to secure C, then just have the basic information. Apart from that, if you're good at remembering and you want to push yourself, have the details. Moving on. Either in year 12 or year 13, you're going to have a breakdown. You are. Especially if you're doing A-levels. B-Tech students, I don't know, they're like a different breed to me. No offense to you guys. But A-level lot, you're going to have breakdowns, especially if you do hard subjects like economics, maths. There's going to be times where you don't get anything. Year 12 is the time to fail. Okay, year 12 is the time to experiment with your essay structures, to get all the questions out of your teachers, to figure out how the exam works, your timing. That's the time to make all your fails, because in year 13 there's no time for that. But honestly, you're going to have a period of time, at least a few weeks or a week or so, you're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel like nothing's going right. And yeah, you need that time to cry. Make sure you cry, make sure you get out, let your anger out, maybe do some exercise and things, and then pick yourself up as soon as possible, because if you have that mindset throughout the rest of your course, it's not good. It's not good. It's not going to save you. It's not going to save your teachers. It's not going to save your grades. The further you get along, the harder it gets. So in the beginning, you can take it chill, but I think step it up as the year goes on, and be kind to yourself. Don't overwork it. Like, you have year 13 to do that. If you want a year where you don't talk to anyone, you just study, year 13 is that year. Year 12 is where you're kind of meant to build your mentality, because it's a new situation that you're adapting to. So you need to figure that out before you just cut off and isolate yourself, where you can become more panicky. When you're doing your application and stuff, Russell Group universities are not everything, okay? Russell Group universities are basically just a group of universities that decided to call themselves Russell Group. They're not really as great as the other ones. They're all basically equal. Just some have different rankings and stuff. And they do a lot more research. That's basically it. I know there's places like Oxbridge and UCL that are great, but that's by themselves, not because they're in a Russell Group. So if you don't get into a Russell Group, don't beat yourself up, because there's so many universities that are not part of the Russell Group that are great and will be a great degree for you. So yeah, this is the final cut, I promise. Just because a university is high in reputation and does a lot of research doesn't mean they're good at teaching. Moving on. If you're not feeling your course in the first week or two, drop it. As soon as they give you the chance to change it, and they give you a deadline and they say you can't do it otherwise, if you're even questioning not doing that subject and you're not enjoying it at all, drop it. Find another one. Find one similar to the ones you do like. So if you like psychology but you don't like maths, try and change it to sociology, perhaps, because it's similar. Or if you like history but you don't like science, change it to maybe government and politics or RE. Year 13, work hard, revise, have all your notes organized, don't stress, have your groups, your work groups, go to the library. I think a good idea that me and my friend did is that you and your friend, or maybe a few of your friends, but I think it's better at A level. I think it's better if you work in small groups, because big groups just mean party. There was one day she was come to my area and I'll go to the local library in my area, and there was times where I would go to her area and we'll go to the local library in her area. So it's kind of like days where I wasn't bothered to revise, that's when my friends would be coming all the way from her area. So I'm kind of forced to get out of bed and get ready to go revise, even if I'm not in the mood. I'm forced to, and because she's willing to work, I put in the work as well, because I don't want to just be standing there, sitting there, staring at nothing. That's really it. So thank you for watching, guys. Go get this A stars for me, because I didn't. Good luck, and I'll see you next. I have more videos up helping you guys. So I've posted one, should I do A-level economics, but I'll have one on psychology that I'm going to be editing soon after this one, and then I have maths, I have EPQ, and I have personal statements. So if you've watched this, let me know which one you want first. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.